Guess we're live.
I'm tweeting out that we're live.
Okay, awesome. Love it.
I definitely should have. I wish you could edit tweets. Can you not edit tweets?
I know. No, I think you have to delete the whole thing.
I forgot to tag you, so I'm gonna tag you in the comments.
Oh yeah, that you can do.
Okay. So, did that show up
Oh,
for you on your side?
Twitter.
On YouTube.
Let's see. Yes, we are
Okay, cool.
live.
Poor little babe in the back.
Oh yeah, she's upset.
Mm. Well, this was quite a ride. So what? You ended up rating it 5 out of 5, right?
I did. Yes.
Yeah. There's so much, it's kind of hard not to rate a big book 5 out of 5 just because so much goes on,
Yes.
unless it's too long. But she just packs so much into her books that I feel like
This 750-page book went by so quickly. It didn't feel like 750 pages. I wasn't like lagging. I didn't feel like there was too many random scenes. I felt like everything had a place. It wasn't like Crescent City where I felt like that book was just dragging on.
yeah.
Or like other books that we've read, you know?
It was very fast-paced for like an 800-page book, whatever,
Mhm.
however many it was. Um and I think all of the scenes added something to the characters and to the plot.
I
So
agree.
that also helps too.
I agree. Um, so how did you, before we like jump into spoilers, obviously, guys, there's gonna be spoilers for A Court of Silver Flames. And if you haven't read the first series, the ACOTAR series, it's gonna spoil that too, because this
Yes.
is the spin-off, well, not spin-off, this is the companion series to ACOTAR.
And
So
if you have read it, leave in the comments what you rated it.
yes, I'm very intrigued to hear, but I think it's getting a lot of good hype.
Oh yeah, but I mean
Yeah.
it's Sarah J. Maas, of course she's
Yeah.
gonna have hype.
And it's one of those things where like if you enjoyed the first series, then you're going to, it's already people that are a fan of hers
Yeah, totally.
that are
And
reading
that's
it.
used to like her writing and stuff too.
Correct. This isn't her first book. So, um how did you feel about it being in third person with Nesta and Cassian versus first person Feyre?
To be honest, I know this is like a weird statement for readers. It does not matter to me. Like in my brain, there's not a like switch of, oh hey, this is in a different tense. I wouldn't have even known that they were different if you wouldn't have said anything.
Really? Okay.
I, I
I
I'm like too immersed in the story that I'm like I don't pay attention to that. Like
Yeah, I was really conscious about it the entire time. I think it's because, and this could be not a popular opinion, but Feyre was not my favorite character. I didn't really like her. I much preferred the side characters and like the Court of Dreams. And so being able, and I like that it was third person because you could actually be in Cassian and in Nesta's perspective versus like only seeing things out of Nesta's eyes. You know what I mean? And I felt like we needed that Cassian development.
So, yes. Okay, so when you put it like that, I definitely like the way this was written. I think the reason why I wouldn't have noticed between it being third versus first between the first
Oh,
series
yeah,
is because they've got the mind connection. So you see and hear from like Reese's head too.
correct. But that wouldn't have
So,
worked with this one
right.
because Nesta and Cassian can't do that. But it was great to see Riz jump into Cassian's head. I thought that was great. I loved it.
And Farah communicating with Nesta in this too,
Yes,
in her
and
head.
Cassian. Oh my gosh. Oh, I forgot to mention so many things in my reading vlog. I did my goal. My goal was to upload my reading vlog before our live show, and I did it like 30 minutes to spare.
I got the notification.
I know.
I was like, I don't have time to watch this. Dang it.
It was like a month-long reading vlog. It was crazy.
So
Um,
everybody go and watch Gabby's first reading vlog since baby.
yes, since like November, October.
It's been a minute. I know.
It's been a minute. It's been a
we
hot
have
minute.
been starved for content here.
Yeah. I'm going to my bookmarks.
Oh yeah. So if you guys are doing buddy reads, we highly recommend this because we really like this. So we share an audiobook login, and when we buy our book club books or do buddy reads, there's like places where you could bookmark it and leave notes back and forth. So that's been a lot of fun that you can like pop it and see, but just be wary of spoilers. So
Yeah.
that's my one caveat. But
Yeah.
that's been a lot of fun.
I know. And like, yeah, I really like being able to. I actually don't know who wrote which one. We should probably like initial our comments.
Right. Let
Um,
me go to the bookmarks here.
unless our book. Well, maybe I don't see yours.
I see yours, so you see mine.
Oh, okay, okay, good. I'm glad. Okay.
Okay, so your first one. Do you want to just go through the bookmarks
Yeah, we
of our
can.
thoughts?
Yeah, totally.
So Gabby started the bookmarking quite early.
Yeah.
So do you wanna kick off?
Okay, so the new characters. I guess that's a great way to start. Gwen and Emery. What are your thoughts? I know, right? They're fantastic.
Yes, I'm so pleased with this. And I'm so like she has her own little like glove and it's so cute. Have you
know.
this is gonna be a slight like off tangent here. Have you seen the merch for this book? There's like
No.
House of Wind book club t-shirts and stuff because of their like oh my god, it's so cute.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. My headphones are like killing my glasses. Oh, it like hurts.
I'll have to send you a bunch of merch because the stuff I've seen is real cute.
Really? Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Yeah, no, I love them, especially at the very end when they're like call each other sisters. I teared up. I totally teared up.
I love them. I love that she has her own like squad separate from Farah. I like that there is good crossover between Az and Cassian in her squad, so it's still tied in. I cannot wait for the rest, like this becoming a series.
Oh my god.
There is more books, right? There's got to be more books.
Oh yeah. And do we know how many books though? Is it going to be 3? We don't know yet. Okay.
But I cannot wait to follow these girls on their journey. I love them. I thought like the I'm gonna jump to the end real quick.
Yeah.
When they were in the blood right, and they were talking about like they had that pivotal scene of going like talking about what they've all gone through and why they were going to complete it. It was very touching. However, I felt that was a little bit info dumpy. I wish they would have all like I think it was like a good building up scene of being like, no, we're gonna do it for ourselves. And I get the reasons why it was written like that. I just wish it would have been a little bit more subtle than we're now all in sharing circle and we're going to tell each other how tragic our pasts have been. And it's like, I wish it would have like came out little by little, like throughout the whole blood fight, I think would be a lot better than right at the summit.
Right at the very end.
Yeah.
Fair.
I get why it was done to like build up that pivotal scene, but also it's like,
but I could also
I was like, it's a little too hand to mouth type of.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. But I could also see it being like realistic, like hanging out with, just think about like if you were camping. I know they weren't camping, but you're like hanging out with friends and then you start to like stay up all night telling each other things. I also see it, potentially being realistic as well.
Yeah, I can see it. I just wish it was a little bit more subtle than.
Yeah. I was certain that one of them was going to betray the other. Like for a good half of the book, the second she told Gwen about the trove, I was like, she's going to betray her. She's going to betray her.
So cynical. What has books done to us?
I was just like, I just knew because they were like, don't tell anyone. And then Nesta goes and she tells a random, like they hadn't really created that bond yet, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be so bad. But I'm really glad I was wrong.
Yes.
Also, okay, sorry, go ahead.
I
was gonna say, do you want to hear a fan fiction? So this is the thing that I was telling you that I thought I got spoiled on, but obviously I didn't because it wasn't in the book, but I saw like fan art of two people together.
Is it the two girls? Is that who you're referring to?
Mor and Emery?
No.
Yeah, so I saw two, Mor and Emery, and then Asriel and Gwen. Those were like the two fan fiction that I saw, or not fan fiction, but like fan art on like Google Image or something.
I wonder why the Mor and Emery, because they didn't interact that much in this book.
No, but there's a scene in the book where Emery sees Mor in the library and she can't stop staring at her. And she mentions how pretty she is.
I need to go back and find that
scene. I'm surprised you missed that.
Where was that at?
Oh my gosh, girl. It's gonna be oh god.
You put that in the notes.
I didn't because I didn't want to spoil you.
So I'm all for it, but I was like, after you had given me that tidbit, because we have been talking like while we're also reading besides the bookmarks.
Yeah.
Gabby had mentioned, I think that there's like a relationship that I might have been spoiled for, but they need to do some more development if that's going to be a thing. And so then I started looking for it. And I was like, who did she spot? So I thought you meant like Emery and Gwen. And I was like, maybe, but I don't fully see that. I don't know. And then I also think that would ruin the dynamic.
Yeah, I agree.
It would also be the same dynamic as the Cassian Mor thing. So
yeah,
that could be problematic.
Okay,
but it's not like Sarah J. Maas doesn't pair up her people though. So
I think I found it. I'll find it. We'll keep talking, but I'll find it.
Yes, please. So I'm about it. I don't know how. Like, I definitely got the vibes with Az and Gwendolyn. Or Gwen. Gwendolyn? Gwen?
I think, yeah, Gwendolyn. Mm-hmm.
I definitely got the connection there, but I don't know if that would turn into something more just because of their first interaction with each other was so, like, traumatizing for her.
Yeah.
That I don't know if Az would, like, cross those boundaries because of how he found her.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that has sailed.
Hi! Thanks for stopping in.
Okay, I found it.
What page?
Okay, so 572. It's somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Hang on, hang on. Okay. So, sorry, 571. What are you doing here? Nesta asked Emery. They're in the library. She said, I wanted to see where you two worked. Emery said, eyes upon Clotho and Moore a level above. She sighed, nodding toward Moore. I always forget how beautiful she is. She never comes to Windhaven these days. Nesca could have sworn pink stole over Emery's brown cheeks.
I'm about it. I need more information, though. Like, they need more than that.
Yeah, indeed, the library's deep gloom more shone like a ray of sunshine. Even the darkness at its bottom seemed to slither away.
Oh my god! That's so cute!
Yeah. Nesta nodded to Emery, drawing the female's gaze away from Moore's animated hand gestures. Come on.
I don't know how I missed that, honestly.
Yeah, I know, right? So, and then I guess they were alluding to Gwyn and Az because I guess he's the one who found her and he's been helping her with like her knife skills, I think. So
yeah, and like they kept making eye contact like during training and stuff like that because they knew each other. I don't know. I think it would just have to be done very, very delicately.
Yeah, I'm still Az and Elaine. I'm still for that. Azriel Elaine.
Even though Elaine has a mate.
Yeah, I don't like that one. Here's a thought.
Neither does she.
If Lucien dies, does the mating bond die with it, and then she could mate with someone else? Can you have two?
I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like the mate is a mate. Like that's get one.
Yeah. I don't know. I really want them. I don't know. Well,
they are cute.
They are really cute.
But that's a little too tied up. I think they've got good like on page chemistry, but if you think about the overall scope being like Cassian goes with Nesta. I mean, it's like too much.
It
the
is.
sisters are with the brothers, and it's just like
you're right.
So I think maybe that's why she didn't do that.
You're right. I do like the Gwyn Az though, because Azriel deserves like an actual mating bond.
And someone who's nice.
Yeah. I don't like Elaine. I just think she's like blah.
Yeah, well, she also didn't get a lot of like screen time. If we got her own book, she needs more development.
She's a damsel in distress, and just everyone's like, "Oh, poor Elaine," and I'm like, "Why? Why is she so special compared to everybody else?"
Yeah,
I just don't understand why everyone walks on eggshells for Elaine.
Yes. I'm trying. Okay. So I before I switched over, I was tabbing, and I'm trying to figure out why I tabbed this one.
Okay.
Oh, I remember why I tabbed this one. Okay, so this one, I just really like Nesta's sass.
Oh gosh, she's awesome.
This was early on too. Cassian shoveled more eggs into his mouth and said around them, "Doesn't count when you use your hands to do most of the work." Nesta schooled her face into utter disdain, even as his hiss rose inside her. I bet that isn't what you've been telling yourself at night. And after that, I was just like,
I laughed during that scene. I was like walking around listening to the audiobook, just laughing.
I liked that one.
Yeah, I did too. I like that, like at the end, I know we're kind of jumping it back and forth, but like when they were hiking and she was saying how she was like trying to fix everything, he was like, no, he's like, I love that look that you give people, that like you don't care, you know, that you'll burn anyone in sight. He's like, don't ever lose that look. And I'm like, oh, I love it.
So way back before you said, can we trust Eris?
Yeah.
Do you think we can trust Eris now?
Yeah, I think he's like a morally gray character. I feel like I'd like to get more of him, but I do think like in his own way, he is not bad. You know?
He definitely has more depth, and he has had plenty of opportunity to sabotage and backstab them, and he
Yeah.
chose not to.
Yeah, it sounds like he has a lot more demons to slay as well. So,
So
with everything with his father.
Eris is brothers with Lucian, right?
I think him and Lucian are brothers.
I think we're going to see a lot more development and dynamic between those two characters. I think probably in the next book, probably the next book, because I think that we already have gotten so much like tidbits about Eric, and I think or Eris, and then with Lucian too, and then not getting that much development from Elaine. I think that's got to be a focus here soon.
Yeah, I agree. That's going to be a really interesting one. Yeah, they're a brother.
Yeah,
You're correct. Because that's who they fought at the very beginning of ACOWAR. That's who they fought. Her and Lucian. Feyre and Lucian.
How do you feel about Rhys after all of it? Because I know we kind of discussed during it that we had some mixed feelings about Rhys, and I was even saying like, is this going to be another Tamlin thing where like you see him in a different light all of a sudden, and you're like, holy crap, this is toxic because of how alpha hole and toxic masculinity like was happening. So how do you now feel about?
I think it got reined in. Feyre like reined it in. I can understand his protectiveness at the very beginning. I totally justify his. I can understand it, especially being in that, like having gone through that. It's really funny, like when you're the partner point of view. It's like you're still like there are times where Kevin's like, "Are you sure you should be eating that? Like, is that safe?" kind of thing. Just to be like safe, essentially.
Yeah.
So I
like
totally
caretaker type of
exactly. So I totally understand him being extra cautious, and then I understand the whole, what was it that he did? The charm around her.
yeah, the protection field
Yeah,
thing.
because they were masking it. But then I think it sounds like they really like he reined it in, and
yeah. I definitely was like having a sour taste in my mouth for him for like a good portion of the book, but it definitely like as we got more information, it fell into the tropes as I wrote on as soon as we found out about the baby having wings, I was like, this is falling into the same tropes as Twilight.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
So I said, it was chapter 31. And I said, this is very Twilight. They get pregnant. It's a risky pregnancy. He becomes super protective, and it's emotional wreck. Like it all followed the same tropes.
It really did.
As Breaking Dawn. And I was just like, as soon as that happened, I was just like, so like, it's like, whatever. It's a trope. I just was like, and it makes sense for the story.
Yeah.
But I just like could definitely tell that she pulled a lot of inspiration from that. And then the end, again, all of it makes sense for the story and the lore that she's got built up. That felt very Hunger Games.
Yes.
And the blood right. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah. I 100% agree with the Hunger Games. I also found a lot of inspiration to Lord of the Rings.
I saw that note in here.
With like the items, like the mask calling to her, and I was just I was like, is this going to be kind of like a Ring Frodo situation? It obviously ended up not being, but it was very. I kind of saw I saw some inspiration from Lord of the Rings. But honestly, Hunger Games, it's not the first trope. Like think about like the games of like the Colosseum and stuff like that. It's not the first time people like battle to the death kind of thing. So but yes.
Like I was just thinking like finding weapons. Like if they would have kept out weapons, I think it would have been less Hunger Gamesy. But then there was like hidden weapons in there, and someone was hiding these weapons or planting them, and it was a little too close for me, I think.
And then
it was
tying
just
themselves
like,
to the tree.
yeah. So I and it's not like the first time that situation's happened. I mean, like Vampire Academy did that when training Lissa's powers.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Lissa's powers. No, it was Sydney's powers. It was in Bloodlines at Vampire Academy. She was out in the desert and she had to use elements.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry. You're right.
So it's not the first time someone's been like dropped off in survival
Right.
type of thing, but it just there was a lot of similarities to pop culture without calling out pop culture.
Yeah.
But again, she made it work for her story. She made it work in her lore because that's been built up over several books, and that's what the three brothers went through.
Yeah, like the blood
As
right, she didn't just randomly bring this up. She tied like this is from the very first and second book.
yeah,
So I like how she tied in a lot. Like they went back to the cottage, Nesta and Cassian. I thought that was a really powerful scene.
will Nesta and Reese work out their differences?
Oh,
You wrote
yeah.
that in there. Do you like how it tied in and broke that like tension, or no?
I do. I'm finally glad that they're finally like on the same foot. I was
I do
gonna,
have questions about that though.
yeah, but I felt like I don't know, the hostility and the drama would have been too much to be like dragged on.
So, did she give up her powers or no? When she was like praying to the cauldron and saying, just take them to save them,
I
and they
think she
obviously
did.
got saved. Did that, but then she went back and was still talking about being able to call the items.
Yeah, she says that it's different. She said that it took. Hang on. What did she say? Uh. Okay, so Cassian says on 741, is your magic, the power's really gone. She says, I gave it back to the cauldron in exchange for the knowledge of how to save them, but a little remains. I think someone else stopped the cauldron from taking all of it, and I made some changes of my own. So I have a feeling we're going to learn more.
Yeah. That's slightly convenient.
Yeah. But once again, that's a trope that we see a lot, like the main character losing their powers. You see it in Harry Potter, you saw it at the end of Throne of Glass kind of thing, where like people lose their powers.
That should be interesting. Who else
It could have been that
stopped the cauldron?
It could have been that Kochi. Was that his name? The villain, the guy, like the villain that lives in the lake. Like
But why?
because I think he wants her to be able to make items. Like she's able to make swords.
That's true.
And it's easier
if someone was not doing it altruistically.
Right. And the cauldron's hidden.
That would be a good twist.
It's easier to manipulate someone to do it for you than find the cauldron.
Oh, I like that twist. I hope it is something nefarious versus like, I just am trying to help.
I think there's something
She's too powerful for people to like want to help her.
I think there's gonna be a twist with it.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm hoping. I wrote that I love the flying scenes. There's just something about it.
Yes, me too.
What do we think of the steamy scenes?
It was a lot. I'm not like I loved Aquarius and Fury. Don't get me wrong. This was just overwhelmingly a lot. I wish it was balanced more, and it was way more graphic. And if that's like your thing, great. I'm not shaming anybody, but I wanted it to be more like balanced out because we definitely got all of the strategic war planning type of things shoved in at the end. And I'm like, why? Why couldn't we have had the like sex scenes broken up a bit with some like intelligence like stimulation there. And I was just like, it was like one chapter, there was like 3 different scenes in one chapter, and I was like, why is this, it's too much.
Yeah.
Like, at least for me, it was too much.
So was it chapter 41 or 37 that I was like, beware?
37 you said, and then I said 41 was much better than 37. So if you read the book, go back and look at the scenes.
Okay. I see 37. Yeah, I'll have to go back and read 41.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, 41.
I'm not going to discuss that one.
Oh, yeah, yep,
online.
yep.
But if you have the book.
These are not for the faint of heart.
No.
These
It's
scenes.
very graphic.
It is, yeah. So this is definitely adult. So not YA.
Let's put it this way. I would be mortified if my mother pulled this book off of my shelf and like just opened it up. I would have been like, holy crap, don't touch that entire shelf.
I know. And like I'm an avid romance reader, and some of these scenes I was like, oh.
Right? It's a lot. I think there was just a step over.
It was the dirty talk.
The line.
It was the dirty talk.
It just was a lot. I mean, it was a lot.
It was a lot.
Like,
it was a lot.
I need more like character development than just like sex scenes.
I could see people pegging this book down a little bit and being like, too much. It was too much. There was no need for all those scenes, and that's why people are going to give this book a lower rating.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily, I agree it was too much, but I'm not going to lower my rating because of it.
So yeah, if you've already here, but like you've already read the book, but I would definitely put that in my review of saying, if you are not a fan of graphic sex scenes, this is not going to be the book for you, because there is a lot, and it's kind of hard to skip past a lot of it.
Yeah, at the beginning you can skip. Yeah, at the beginning it was like it wasn't that big of a deal, but then towards the end it's like, oh.
Towards the middle is where it just like was a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Like that 30s, 40s chapters.
Yeah.
And then the end gets much better with the development, and like the beginning was really good with the development.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say like we could have. I don't think it necessarily the book needed to be shorter because of it. I just wish we would have gotten other development besides sex scenes.
But I mean, they weren't that long. Like if you look through one of them, it's like 3 pages long.
I know, but it's just the frequency of it that I'm like, I don't need to hear about this over and over.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I did like the quick off the mark.
Oh yeah, that was a funny comment.
That was really funny. I like that.
Also, I felt a little bad for him that I was
know, that's kind of
woof, that's a little rough
mean.
there.
Yeah, that's mean. It's mean. But yeah.
So you said, I can't wait to see Nesta's full powers. Do you think Nesta is brave? I think she's braver than Thera.
Yeah. To an extent.
I think they would be in different houses. Let's put it that way.
Like Harry Potter houses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I think Farrah is the like standard Gryffindor. I would say Farrah is Gryffindor brave, and Nesta is Slytherin brave.
I was gonna put Nesta and Slytherin,
but just different types of brave.
Farrah's more selfless brave, whereas Nesta's more selfish brave.
Yeah, and it's not even that. Yeah, I would say that, because even when she was wanting to, save Elaine, she wanted to be the one to save Elaine.
Yeah.
Like, she wanted to be the hero for that.
Yeah.
It was not, I just want to be brave.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And she even talks about like her letting Farrah go out in the forest, and she didn't care.
That's true. Okay, I take back that comment.
But I do think she is brave. I just think that they're brave in different ways.
I agree. Yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, she's more like internally brave, like battling all of her um like demons, like with the fire and the stairs.
Definitely. And she's gone through some trauma.
Yeah, for
And we
sure.
definitely see that. I loved the training scenes when
Oh, those are my
she's
favorite.
yeah. And then I loved, oh my gosh, I love all of the sass from when all three of them were in the training scenes with, and then them like picking on Cassian because of that. I was like, that's got to be like top scenes in the book
Yeah, when they
there.
get back from hiking and Emery's like, "So you're telling me nothing happened?" And
I also love that like I think I put this in here that when they like got showed the obstacle course when the field changed and they gave them different obstacle courses and
yes.
they're like, well, what's our prize? And he's like, well, we didn't think you guys would finish it, so there is no prize. And all of them are like, boo. Like, that was a good scene.
That was a good scene. I love the three of them together. They're so great.
They've got really good on page chemistry between the
Yeah.
three of them.
Oh, and I love that Gwen cut the ribbon first.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great. Kind of. Um. Oh, okay. So then we talked about that. Um, Nesta learning to fight with the sword.
You can definitely tell my notes between your notes because all of my notes are just incoherent thoughts and yours are all full sentences. One note I just said, magic swords, cool.
I love it.
Oh yeah. My note for chapter 37.
Let me see.
During a particular sex scene, she had said, "What
Lady
if I
Death.
wanted?" Oh
Oh,
yeah. She said, "What if I wanted to take you?" I definitely took that as pegging. Like as I was reading it, and I was like, that took a different turn that I was not expecting. And then they clarified, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, I liked that he kind of poked fun at the fact that she is Death incarnate, and so he called her Lady Death, and I was like, I appreciate
I do
that.
too. Magic swords, cool. Yeah, I love the magic swords. Oh yeah, the Valkyrie. Yeah, I think it's great. I'm glad that you liked that. I mean, I'm glad that you theorized it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad, and the blood rights too. Like I was
Yeah.
somewhat spoiled for Valkyrie because I saw fan art that they like. I didn't know that they were going to be the Valkyrie, but I saw them all in like matching like leathers and
Mhm.
with their weapons. But that's all I saw, and I saw them as a trio. But I was like, okay, they're so I guessed that they were Valkyrie, but it was like not that hard of a stretch to guess. But I
Yeah.
had no idea on the blood rights, so I was like, but that was very, I feel like very easily called.
Yeah. I want like more to come in and I want like the Valkyrie to be like the female warriors.
Oh yes, I cannot wait when she was like, "Oh, can I come train with you
Yeah.
guys?" And I was like, "Oh, please." Also,
Yes.
can you imagine her going through the blood right?
More.
She would kill. Yeah, she would kill
Yeah.
everybody. Oh my
Yeah.
god, she would be so amazing.
She would slay. She would be
Oh my god,
phenomenal. She'd be
yes.
so good. I was actually shocked with the blood right because I mean they asked them, "Do you want to do it?" and they say no, and then they get kidnapped.
I yeah. Oh, I was surprised about that.
Yeah.
That they got kidnapped.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
Well, and cuz like I kind of thought that there was going to be like kind of an epic fight scene at the end. I didn't think that the ending was going to be the blood right scene, which was great though. I'm so glad that we saw it. I mean, like you said, it is a little Hunger Games-esque, but I really liked it.
I did too. Yeah.
Um, do you think it was right to keep the baby having wings knowledge from Feyre? No.
Yeah.
No.
So I like that they touched on this too, that Nesta did it out of spite, but she also recognized it as a kindred experience that they were both going through. And she so that's why she told her too. So I
Yeah.
appreciate that we got to see not everything is black and white. There was definitely gray in that. She didn't handle it the best, but she definitely there was other reasonings besides her being spiteful
Yeah.
of her telling Farah.
Yeah, and I completely understand Nesta going ballistic on Amryn, being like, "You voted against me." Like I thought,
You were
yeah,
supposed to be my advocate type of thing.
yeah, I hate
Yeah.
that trope of hiding the hiding trope, hiding information trope,
Miscommunication.
the
Yeah.
miscommunication trope. It is one of my least favorite tropes. So I'm glad that it all came out in the end, but that bothers me. I hate that trope.
With that though, Amryn did make some good points when she was having that argument about why Nesta shouldn't have been told.
Oh, yeah, because she doesn't know her powers yet and all of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
fair. But it's hard to figure things out if you don't have all the information either. It's
Totally.
important. She should have. I feel like something that big about her powers, she needed to know. Because
Yep.
Cassian brought up a good point. She did it on accident. What if she did it again?
Yep. And at least what you've done at that point. You can at least keep that tally on there.
And it's not like she was gonna betray them. So
I definitely had that feeling though when she was getting pissed. And I was like, oh God, is she gonna be pissed and come after them because of this? Because she had such a visceral reaction to it that I was worried that she was gonna use it against them type of thing. I had that for a split second that I was like, oh God, is this gonna backfire and really hurt one of the Night Court?
Oh gosh. No, I don't think I always thought that she wouldn't actually betray. I'm glad that it didn't cause too much of a fight between her and Cassian. She didn't seem to be angry against him. She was angry against the two that voted against her, which I totally I'm totally on her side with.
Yeah. Also, I would just like to point out that I am so pleased that this book has made everybody Team Nesta because I have always been Team Nesta. And I felt like she got way too much hate for her. And I was like, come on, she's been through a lot. You guys can't expect that.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was alone, so I'm very pleased that everybody is now on Team Nesta.
I was Team Nesta in ACOWAR, full on Team Nesta, but then A Court of Frost and Starlight, the little novella, I was like, man, she needs a good slap in the face.
Yeah. She definitely was working through things.
Yeah, that's for sure. And she got her slap in the face training with Cassian.
I do like the the stairs, different stairs scenes, and that's a really cool way to show progress without it being too hand over fist, in your face. So we got to see her build up the stairs, and then the pivotal moment of coming full circle is when she went back up the stairs to go be with Cassian for the party, and her family. I just thought that was really well done, and it was a very subtle way of saying this is where I was, and I didn't even think about going out this is what where I want to be type of thing. It was such a well done subtle scene to show someone's progress.
Yeah,
I really liked that.
I totally agree. Let's see. In 64, I did Mind Explosion, and I don't know why. I think it's when they got stolen or kidnapped. Kidnapped.
No, because 64. Oh, yeah. Why doesn't that's one?
Yeah.
The blood right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because I also said, "Holy shit, the blood right" on track 64.
Yeah.
A couple seconds away from each other. You did it at 0.09, and I did it at 0.11.
That's hilarious. I love that. Oh, another thing I want to kind of mention is them pressuring Riz or Reese into being High King, I love that he said no.
Yes, I agree. I was surprised how hard Amryn was pushing.
I know, I was shocked. That's why I'm like, I'm not Team Amryn anymore as much.
Which is a
Um,
bummer because I really liked her in the other ones.
yeah, but I was very like taken aback by that. Because like he said, in order to do that, there has to be a civil war.
Yeah.
And I really like that he was like, we're not going to discuss this anymore.
What did you think of the Tamlin and Nesta scene?
Oh,
Yeah, right?
Oh, I love Nesta.
And I loved the first interaction with Nesta and Eris.
Yes. She's
And then
just so oh, Nesta
the
and
dancing
Meryl.
scene.
Oh yeah.
Who was Meryl?
The priestess that's like a total biatch to Gwen. When she's like
Oh, yes.
in the library where she like basically Meryl like verbally attacks her for switching out the books and she's like, we're busy here.
Yeah.
Go catalog something.
Yes, yes. I loved the dancing scene. I love that we got to see that different side of Nesta. I
Yeah.
loved that we got to see that development on how her mom treated her and how she was like has been warped by her mom and how like that affects her. Yeah, I really liked the dancing scene when she was like, and then with the whole like marriage proposal situation worked in there too. So good.
Yeah, I agree. I love her dancing scenes. Like in A Court of Mist and Fury, there's that dance. They all get together and Reese and Feyre are there, and then they have the scene with like the starlights or like the lights that fall. And then they've got it. I love her dancing scenes and like everyone getting together. She does a really good job. I want to see another like court meeting in the next book.
Yes.
Because those are done so good. Like
between all of the courts.
Yeah. We had one at the end of Akamath, and then we had one in ACOWAR, I think.
Yeah, we had a really big one in ACOWAR.
Yeah, I want another court meeting with like everyone. Tamlin has to be there.
I liked the Helion coming to Night Court and stuff too.
Yeah, he's great. He's so I really like him.
I just want to see the Valkyries be acknowledged by the other like High Fae.
Wait, what?
I want to see Valkyrie being acknowledged by the other High Fae.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes.
Like and being like introduced, to them.
Oh my gosh. I feel like they could go in so many great ways.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited.
Do you think that Amryn will stand alone, or do you think she would be like paired up with girls in like Valkyrie? Because if Mor is with them, then it's just Amryn.
She might join
Azriel, and then
she might join
Mor with the Valkyrie.
I wouldn't be opposed.
If Mor joins, is she then a part of the Valkyrie, or is she just Mor with Valkyrie?
She should be a part of it because she's not considered an Illyrian warrior.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, I've got some like gnarly sun setting.
No, you're good. Now. You're good. Let's see. Is there anything? So we mentioned some of the steamy scenes. We did too much. Is there anything else that we were kind of like? Oh, okay. Obviously, the mating bond wasn't anything new. Like we knew about that, right? Okay.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised at that, like that she had to tap into her powers. Like that was like an extra tap into her powers when she accepted the mating bond. I didn't super love that because she was like, I don't want to do this because I want to remain partly human.
Oh, I love that scene. And she's like, I didn't have a choice. I wasn't given a choice.
But then during the blood rite, she said, I'm like, this is my mate or whatever.
Yeah, I mean she accepts it, but Cassian's like, "Why didn't you accept it sooner?" Oh, and then what does it she say? Hold on.
Like I would have been I think it would have been better if she like they would have just gotten married. Like Cassian built that like bridge to meet her in the middle. And
Mhm.
this is like we'll just be married, we won't do the mate bond
Yeah.
to bet like have her have like a part of what she wanted versus like doing the mate bond thing.
Yeah. And I mean they talk about that. Um
Because that was the whole like thing at the end was that Reese is putting on this extravagant mating ceremony for them. And so
no, I think
I
it's still very I think it's still gonna be I think she says it's still gonna be could I be wrong?
well, it's definitely about the mating bond that they're putting on. Because
Yeah.
she was saying that she just wants an extravagant mating bond or mating ceremony, and she even meant like says like, oh, it may be even too much, but oh well. Like, I wish that they would have just done like an extreme wedding ceremony instead of a
Mm.
mating ceremony to like have bridge that gap of her wanting to hold on to her
Yeah.
human roots.
Yeah, to kind of help her. And I mean she might. They haven't done it yet.
Yeah, but she already like said he's my mate and these are like I'm for my mating bond and things like that. So
Yeah.
I think we're kind of past that point.
That's true. That's very true.
So I think that's all of the notes
Yeah.
that I have. Our next book is Zara Hussein was here or is here?
Uh is here.
Is here.
Mhm.
So that'll be on
By
Gabby's channel.
Sabina Khan.
Yes. And that one looks really good. I'm very
Mhm.
excited about that one. So that
Mhm.
one is going to be next Tuesday. It's going to be on
First
Gabby's channel.
Tuesday
Yep,
in May.
May. Yep.
So that is going to be
May 4th.
May 4th. Awesome. This is a great discussion live show. I loved it.
Yeah. So if you guys are tuning in later, don't forget to leave a comment and I'll be responding on there. And make sure you are letting us know what you guys rated the book. So we
Yeah.
will see you guys next month for our next book club pick. Thank you for watching, guys.
Bye.
Bye.